Hello everybody. Hello, happy Thursday. Today it is freezing here. I am all bundled up because I just came in from gathering eggs and it's so cold. But it is a great night for a good, hearty, hit the spot, comfort food kind of dinner, which is what we're having tonight. So my grandmother made two things that I absolutely loved. Always as a kid, well, there were a few. There were more than two. My grandma was an amazing cook. But one of the things I always loved was soup, beans, and cornbread. We went for soup, beans, and cornbread. I only got that at my grandmother's. The other thing she always made was a eye of round roast and some mashed potatoes and gravy and dinner rolls. And tonight we're gonna do green beans with it. That dinner always just was, I loved it. It screams home, comfort, all the good things. That's what we're having tonight. An eye of round roast, some dinner rolls, and we're gonna do green beans. I have quite a few green beans in the fridge, so we're gonna do green beans. And we have leftover dessert from last night, so I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna do mashed potatoes and gravy. Another thing that I like besides dinner rolls, which is what I'm doing tonight, is cornbread. Cornbread is wonderful with it as well. I love cornbread. The family likes it with chili, and there's a few other things that they like it, but they would rather have dinner rolls, so that's what I'm using tonight. But let's go on and get these dinner rolls started real quick because they have to rise, then we're gonna shape them, then they have to rise again. So they take the longest of what we're doing tonight. Okay, we're gonna start with 1 cup of warm milk, about 2 tablespoons of sugar, about a tablespoon of yeast, and then we're just gonna mix that up and let that sit until it gets all nice and foamy, about 5 to 10 minutes. Once we're done and it's foamy, we're gonna add 1/4 cup of butter. I cut it up into pieces just to help it blend better. 1 egg, a teaspoon of salt, and 3 cups of all-purpose flour, or you can use bread flour. I used bread flour today. I feel like bread flour just makes it a little softer, and I like to use that when I'm doing dinner rolls. But all-purpose flour works just as good. Then we're going to mix that up and let it knead for just a couple minutes before we move it over to rise. Okay, and now I'm just gonna cover it and set it over here to rise for an hour or just until it's double in size. Okay, it is 3 o'clock. I'm gonna go on and start the roast. I'm gonna put it on 425. That'll also help this dough rise as the heat comes from the oven. Okay, so I'm gonna get out my roasting pan. Yes, it's an old roasting pan. It was my grandmother's. It is quite old. And then I'm gonna get out my eye of round. It is 2.60 pounds. I'm just gonna put that in my roaster. I like to add a little bit of water in the bottom of my pan. I also like to add a little bit of red wine. And then the next thing I like to do is just make a couple slits throughout my roast. Then I take a clove of garlic and I just kind of stuff it in the slits that I made. Now I will bake this at 425 for an hour, and then I will turn it down to 325 and I will cook it for probably 45 minutes. This is how my grandmother always made her roast. Then sprinkle a little flour on top. My grandmother always said that give it a good like crust on top. And salt. And pepper. And that's it. This is going to go in the oven just like this at 425 for an hour. And then we'll cover it and drop the temperature to 325. Okay, so now we're going to check on the roast. Ooh, that's looking good. It is 410. I'm going to turn this down to 325. And I'm going to get this roast covered. See it down here. Most of the liquid though has come out. So I'm going to add a little bit more water to the bottom here and get that going again and get it covered. Okay, so all I'm going to do here is spray down my dish. And this is the dough. I'm just going to punch it down and pinch off into roll shape. And then I'm going to let this rise again. I just kind of pinch it at the bottom and tuck it under. So just kind of roll it and then just kind of pinch it so it just stays nice and in a circle. All right, okay, now I am just gonna cover this as he is critiquing the shape that they're not uniform.
Not critiquing, I was just observing that you've got one here that's really tiny and another one that's kind of big.
And yes, I could sit there and try and make them perfect, but you know what? Homemade is never perfect, but it sure tastes better.
Just an observation.
Now I'm going to cover this and I'm going to let it rise for another hour. So pretty much by the time the roast is done, this will be ready to go in the oven along with some green beans. Okay, it is now 5 o'clock. So I'm going to be pulling this roast out, but first I need to go on and get the potatoes started. My favorite way to cook potatoes is, if I can reach it, in an Instapot. So let me show you how I do it real quick in the Instapot. I have one of these steamer baskets. I just got it on Amazon like a long time ago. I put a little bit of water in, just one of these like little Halloween cups full, and pop in all my potatoes. Just like that. Okay, so there is the roast. Adding more water, got all that good juices off the bottom of the pan. So that's ready to make a beautiful gravy. This is all coming together nicely. I am going to turn the oven to 350 and get it ready for the dinner rolls. So we set that aside and pull these rolls over. They're looking beautiful. Just turn that one a little bit. Okay, so for the egg wash, I'm just doing 1 egg white and a little bit of water. And I'm just gonna brush the top of them. Sorry, the cat is going nuts. So our cat is an indoor-outdoor. This one is. The rest are outdoor barn cats. And it doesn't want outside because it's too cold. It doesn't want inside because it wants to be outside. It's just gotten very whiny. So we're going to get these in the oven next. That should brown up nicely. Okay, and tonight, in my vegetable crisper, I have some green beans and asparagus. Both need used up, so I'm going to do both of those tonight. Okay, for the green beans and the asparagus, I'm going to keep it super simple. Olive oil, just toss it around a little bit. Some garlic salt. And some pepper. And then I'm just going to pop this in the oven with the rolls. Okay, so for gravy, I don't know if this is how everybody does it. This is just how I always have done it. Is I just take the drippings from the pan. Ooh, and I just made a great big mess. I'm gonna clean that up real quick. Sorry about that. So I just take the drippings from the pan and I just pour some water in a cup and I add flour. Let me know if you guys do anything different to make your gravy. That's just all I do. And I mix it like this so that it doesn't get clumpy, which I know most of you already know that. And then I'm just going to turn this on high and that's it. I almost forgot. I also like to add a little salt to the gravy as well. Alright, so if you can see that, I need to get the lights going in here. That's it. That's our gravy. Ready to go. And our asparagus looks good. I think the green beans can go just a hair bit longer. So I'm just going to remove the asparagus and put the green beans back in for just a minute. Dinner rolls look perfect. I'm just going to take some butter and just kind of roll it around on them. Look at these rolls, look. So perfect. Okay, we got 3 minutes left on the mashed potatoes, and then just waiting a hair on the green beans, and everything's gonna come together. And here is the roast, which is cooked to perfection. The crusty top on top, you get like this hit of garlic. If you love garlic like I do, it's so good. My grandma knew what she was doing. Okay, so here is how I like to do my potatoes. I take a stick of butter, a chunk of cream cheese, salt, pepper. Sometimes we add some garlic, roasted garlic. Freshly roasted garlic is really good. Then a little milk, half and half. Usually one of those. And then we old-fashioned mash it. We just get in with a potato masher. Our favorite potatoes to do mashed potatoes are yellow potatoes. They are just too expensive right now. And I don't have enough yellow potatoes that we grew in our garden to do just a weeknight dinner because I'm saving them for Thanksgiving. But we love mashed potatoes and the yellow potatoes with the peels on them as well. And to have peels in the potatoes. A little more salt. And a little more pepper. And dinner is done. We're gonna eat. So here you have it. Legs coming down. You got the gravy, the roast, potatoes, the green beans. You guys probably want to see one of these rolls. I'm sure they are perfect. They're very, very hot. I'm trying to show you. Perfect. Definitely you want to make these rolls. They're super soft and delicious. Everything is. Again, this is probably like my second favorite meal besides the beans and cornbread. All right, you guys, that's gonna wrap it up for tonight because I'm hungry. Everybody in the family is hungry. We even have a guest for dinner tonight. One of Ronnie's, her boyfriend's here, so we're gonna go on and eat. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Also, real quick, if you guys want me to continue with this series next month in December, make sure you give a thumbs up and let me know down below that you want to see what's for dinner December, and we can just do another month of this series. All right, I hope all of you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye everybody.